I.A.G Farms, all about God. Yeah, I'm out here today at the Homestead. Sometimes we call it the Hoodstead because we at our ministry base today or whatever. And we have a little small farm in the backyard of what we call inheritance house. Inheritance house is the house that the Lord gave us as a shadow of our heavenly inheritance. As you see, the worship shed is back there behind me or whatever. That's where we have our worship services at. I'll walk up on here, let you see what's going on. But yeah, today I'm finna work on doing some working on these rabbit tractors or whatever, because it's time for me to get the male rabbits out of the pen with the female rabbits or whatever, because we pretty much turn our male rabbits out with the females, kind of like some people do with goats. They turn the boar out with all the female goats and let them impregnate all the females or whatever. So we pretty much do the same thing with our rabbits. We turn the males out, the bucks out with the females or whatever for a few months. We usually turn them out around fall time or whatever and leave them in there until around spring and just let them do what they do. They know how to do it, and it takes a lot of the stress off of us and off of them as well or whatever. But yeah, this is our worship shed. As you see, this is where all the preaching goes on at. And had the chairs there behind me, had a shed above us or whatever. And we call this the worship shed. And it's a representation of the blood that Jesus Christ shed to cover us, because this shed is literally a covering for us. You know, when we have our services or whatever with the community, it's a covering for us so that we won't be out in the elements and the rain and things like that. But it also allows freedom for people to come in, and for freedom for people to be able to hear what's going on when we set the speakers up or whatever. So we didn't build a four walls building. You know, we got a church without walls or whatever. And like I said, we come here on Sundays and on other days or whatever, and we worship with the community. But and then as you see the shed is red. It's a representation of Jesus' blood. The roof of the shed or whatever. But I'm gonna work on this rabbit tractor here today. I made these myself, and we had some stray dogs to get in and tear it up on the backside. What they did was I had some ropes. I had ropes hanging from here so I could pull the rabbit tractor and move it around or whatever. And the stray dog came up and grabbed the rope and was moving the rabbit tractor around or whatever. And it didn't kill the rabbits. They weren't inside of it, because the rabbits, they kind of smart. Because the rabbits, what they did was, when the stray dog was moving the rabbit tractor around, as you see, the dog beat in right there, because all that was covered with tin there. And then you can see it over here as well. It was about 5 of them out here when I pulled up, because we were down on the farm in the country in Edwards all day working, and we pulled up that night or whatever coming back home, and the stray dogs that were back here trying to kill the rabbits, trying to eat the rabbits. But yeah, like I said, the stray dogs, they were pulling the rabbit tractor around trying to get in to eat the rabbits. But when the rabbit track went, as they were escaping, you know, one by one or whatever, and what they were doing was they were running and going up under that storage shed over there that we have or whatever. And we ended up being able to find most of them, because I think only about 1 or 2 may have actually got eaten, but we were able to find most of them or whatever. Yeah, so today I'm gonna work on this rabbit tractor here and trying to get it back put together or whatever, get the ropes back on it, fix this tin on the back, and fix that wood over there, and just see how I can fix it up or whatever. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it into our rabbit hutch. I'm gonna walk over here and show you the rabbit hutch. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it, and this is our clothing shop here. We give away clothes to people in the neighborhood. We call it the Oasis. I'll walk in there real quick too. And this is my office here or whatever. And we still doing work in here or whatever. We have to complete the roof or whatever. And you see we've done a whole lot of work in here already on the roof, and we put these walls up. And this section here is our clothing shop. And this whole building used to be our clothing shop. but we needed some office space or whatever, and we have file cabinets over here to keep documents or whatever from the ministry, because the ministry is growing so quickly or whatever, and so much that we had to come in. The ministry is growing so much and so quickly that we had to come in, like I said, and do some renovations. We put file cabinets in. We made a little space for an office or whatever, so that we'd be able to sit down and do documents and do work and have a pastor study and different things like that. And we have this table here that we setting up as a coffee maker spot or whatever, or as a coffee desk or whatever. And like I said, we working through getting it renovated and getting it completed. But this section over here is the clothing section, and you know, we have men's clothes on this side, and then we have women's clothes on this side, and we have shoes or whatever and things like that, and then we have little things like hats and stuff like that or whatever. As you can see, some of the women's shoes over there. But people from the neighborhood, they can come, and the Lord told us to freely give as we freely receive. And people from the neighborhood, they can come and get clothes and get food, get water, get whatever they need to be able to sustain themselves, and so they can learn how to, so they can come alongside of us, so that we can teach them, you know, how to grow their own food and different things like that or whatever. And that's pretty much the mission, is us working with our hands, but also us teaching others how to work with their hands as well, so that they can have something to give those who have need, and so they can have something to sustain themselves as well. You know, because that's an important part of our mission or whatever, is being sustainable. You know, because our mission for this farm is to GSS, give, sell, sustain. And we want to be able to have enough to give, want to be able to have enough to sell, and want to be able to have enough to sustain. You know, so that's our three goals, our GSS mission or whatever. You know, out of here, go on to the back. Show y'all what I'm gonna do. Talk y'all through it. Talk myself through it as well, because I'm not sure on what I'm gonna do yet. Still trying to get it figured out. Yeah, trying to see what we can get done. But see one of the little baby rabbits out over there. But this is another rabbit tractor that I made, and we're using this rabbit tractor for some of the grow outs. And these were the ones that were in the other cage that I showed you all, that got tore by the stray dogs, by the wild dogs or whatever. And you know, I put them in here so they'll be more safe, because let me show you, I don't think any wild dog's gonna come back here, because my old farm dog, she guard and everything or whatever for me back here, so we really don't have to worry about dogs getting back here. But I took those rabbits, those grow outs that I had on pasture, had on grass, I took them and put them in here, which I had to do or whatever, because I wanted them on fresh grass. But I put them in here so that they'll be more safe or whatever. And what I'm gonna do is, we gonna take the male rabbits out, and they around here running somewhere or whatever. But we're gonna take our male rabbits and put them in. I have one more of these tractors. And what I want to do, my goal is to make about, let me see, I think I have 3 males, so I need 3 of those rabbit tractors or whatever, and I want to make 3 more, well, 2 more, because I have one that I'm gonna fix over there already. I want to make 2 more of these rabbit tractors, and I want to have one for grow outs until I can put them in the colony with everybody else until they get big enough, because when they so small, they'll squeeze through the smallest hole and get out or whatever. But I keep the grow outs in there until they get big enough to get out into the colony with the mamas or whatever. And I'll take the other 3 rabbit tractors, and I put the 3 males in there, and then I just put them in here or whatever. And what I do is I take wood chips and I throw them into the rabbit tractor, and I let that build up or whatever, so they have clean bedding or whatever. And then once that gets built up so high, I just scoop the wood chips or the bedding out or whatever, and I throw it straight on the garden or pile it up until I get ready to throw it on the garden or whatever. And it's just a better system or whatever, because we try to keep everything clean, try to keep everything sanitized, sanitary or whatever, so that we don't have any rabbit deaths. And most of the time, you know, most of our rabbits live. We have rabbits that die every now and then, but usually, you know, our rabbits are good and healthy, and they live and survive or whatever, and they live good lives and they really only had one bad day, and that's the day when we process them or whatever. And that is so quick to where, they don't even notice or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work though and start working on restoring this other rabbit tractor that those stray dogs tore up. And I'm just gonna see what today has to bring. It's I.A.G Farms, all about God. so I got those 2 holes that were on the side of the rabbit tractor filled in or whatever, as y'all saw in the video. And now I'm finna put the ropes in there, and I'm gonna show y'all how to do that. The ropes that you use to pull the tractor to move it or whatever. We don't really use wheels on our rabbit tractors or whatever because they pretty lightweight or whatever. So I'm gonna show y'all how to put these ropes in there so that you'll be able to pull them. Alright, so it's pretty simple. You just take your rope and then you tie a knot. You slide it through the hole here, drill a hole in there, and then you slide a knot through there. Slide the rope through there, tie it in a knot. And once you tie it in a knot, you pull it tight like that, and then figure out how much rope you want, how big you want your handle to be or whatever. And then you figure that spot out. And you just get you some, don't matter what it is. And then you get you something. Cut that rope. Just using the old hacksaw here. Alright, so once you get that cut, slide that on through the hole. Tie you another little small little knot. Just like that. Pull it tight. That's it. Just that simple. Like I say, you just tie that knot or whatever, and that's it. Like I say, now I'm gonna go do the other side or whatever, and I'm gonna get this whole thing. I'm gonna put the top back on it or whatever, because I put the top off so I can be able to work with it easier. But I'm gonna get the other one done on that side, and then put the lid back on it or whatever, and I'm gonna take it and put it in the rabbit hutch with the rest of the rabbits in the colony. Alright, so as y'all saw, I got it in here, and I'm sitting on top of one of them right now. But yeah, I got it fixed up. All I gotta do now is put the lid back on there and put it on so it'll be light or whatever. But I'm gonna go end this video. It's about lunchtime. It's I.A.G Farms. See y'all on the next one.